papasok natin at saan ba dapat binibili mo kahaba ang pila. Dito ba dapat papasok na lang tayo? Dito naman, nakakasalamin.
Ayun dati yung doon pa sa spring.
Ay, alam ko na there's way. Di ba mas namin ang Faithful Geyser?
Hey guys, we are here at Yellowstone National Park, located around Wyoming and Montana. The history of Yellowstone National Park is a dramatic narrative that spans thousands of years. It evolves from a sacred shared sanctuary for Native Americans into an arena of skeptical exploration, an unprecedented political experiment, and finally, a laboratory for modern ecological conservation. The Indigenous Heartland, pre-1800s. Long before it was labeled a national park, the Yellowstone Plateau was a vibrant homeland and crossroads. For over 10,000 years, at least 26 Native American tribes, including the Shoshone, Crow, Bannock, Blackfeet, and Nez Perce, lived, hunted, and traveled through the region. Rather than viewing the geysers with fear, many tribes integrated the landscape into their daily and spiritual lives. They used the hydrothermal waters for medicinal and religious purposes, and the highly prized obsidian cliff in the north. The volcanic glass quarry there was traded across a vast indigenous network. Yellowstone obsidian has been found in burial mounds as far away as Ohio. This is our first stop, which is like a hot spring, I believe. The Terrace Spring Trail. It's a short 0.2 mile or 0.3 kilometers lollipop loop boardwalk trail that leads visitors past bubbling pools, steam vents, grassy meadows, and mineral terraces formed thousands of years ago by mineral-rich hot water. Unlike many of the park's hotter springs, Terrace Spring is relatively cool at about 140 Fahrenheit or 60 Celsius. It's small and often overlooked, but the area offers a quiet and scenic introduction to Yellowstone's famous geothermal landscape. Colter's Hell and the Age of Skepticism, 1807 to 1869. When European Americans first stumbled into the region, nobody believed them. In 1807, John Colter, a former member of the Lewis and Clark expedition, ventured into the area alone. When he returned to civilization, describing a surreal landscape of hissing mud pots, boiling rivers, and towering plumes of water. The public mocked his stories, dismissively calling the imaginary place Colter's Hell. For decades, legendary mountain men like Jim Bridger brought back similar reports. Bridger, known for spinning tall tales, mixed factual descriptions of geysers with yarns about petrified birds singing petrified songs. Because of this, the true wonders of Yellowstone remain hidden behind the wall of public skepticism. Norris Geyser Basin. Ito na tayo steamboat, 0.25. Dito daw eh. Named after Philetius Norris, the second superintendent of Yellowstone. Guys, so this is the Chuck Norris Basin. This basin became known in the late 1800s as one of Yellowstone's most unpredictable thermal areas. Early explorers described the landscape as steaming, barren, and constantly changing, with geysers that could suddenly erupt or disappear. Porcelain Basin. A surreal treeless landscape filled with white mineral deposits, hissing fumaroles, acidic pools, and vivid colors caused by heat-loving microorganisms and minerals.
Halika guys, maglakad tayo. Ikutin natin yung ano. Ha? Oo, halika. Halika na. Sayang to't mapakalaki pala nito.
Isa lang yan. Kaya kung pandalawang siya isa.
Baka dami yung daddy niya tayo, hindi ka nakaabot kay Old Faithful.
Kahit na dito sa inyo, Faithful.
Kaya na-highlight kami ng Yellowstone.
Saka kay Norris, hindi nga highlight yung si Norris.
Alam mo ba dati hindi pa highlighted to?
Bakit?
Hindi pa ito importante sa amin.
Ay, halika na, huwag na tayo lumakad. Bumalik tayo. Total, ang daw mami mo eh.
Because the ground is thin and unstable, visitors must stay on boardwalks at all times. The basin can change rapidly due to earthquakes, underground pressure shifts, and hydrothermal explosions. The Norris Geyser Basin Museum. Built in 1930, one of Yellowstone's original trailside museums. Designed to teach visitors about geothermal activity through rustic stone and log architecture known as parkitecture. The expeditions that shocked the nation, 1869 to 1871. The skepticism finally cracked when formal, well-documented expeditions ventured into the wilderness. The turning point came with the 1871 Hayden expedition, led by geologist Ferdinand Hayden. Crucially, Hayden brought along two men whose work will change history. Photographer William Henry Jackson and landscape painter Thomas Moran.
Nag-shed na eh. Tatanggal yung red na fur.
RCG.
When the team returned to Washington, D.C., they didn't just bring rocks and journal entries. They brought undeniable visual proof. Moran's breathtaking vivid artwork and Jackson's striking photographs captivated Congress. Politicians realized this wasn't just a collection of tall tales, it was an American treasure that needed protection before private developers carved it up. Fort Yellowstone.
Kaya ako na kay Bibia.
Established in 1891 at Mammoth Hot Springs. Before the National Park Service existed, the U.S. Army was sent to Yellowstone to protect the park from poachers, vandalism, and illegal development. Soldiers patrolled the wilderness, guarded wildlife like bison and elk, enforced regulations, and helped preserve Yellowstone's geothermal features. Several original sandstone and wooden army buildings are still standing, including visitor facilities, museums, ranger offices, and staff housing. Mule deer and elk are often seen roaming freely through the fort, adding to the historic atmosphere. Many of the conservation practices later used by the National Park Service began here. Today, Fort Yellowstone serves as an administrative headquarters for the park. And it remains one of the most important historic districts here. The birth of a global first, 1872. On March 1, 1872, President Ulysses S. Grant signed the Yellowstone National Park Protection Act into law. It created the world's first national park, setting aside over 2 million acres of land to be preserved for the benefit and enjoyment of the people. Liberty, so this is the Liberty Cap. Mammoth Hot Spring Terraces. It is among the most unique geothermal features in the park. Unlike Yellowstone's silica-based geysers, these terraces are formed from travertine, a soft limestone deposited by mineral-rich hot water as it cools at the surface. Over thousands of years, the flowing water created layered white terraces resembling frozen waterfalls.
Alarm sign.
The landscape constantly changes as springs dry up and new ones emerge, while colorful thermophiles add shades of orange, green, brown, and yellow to the formations. Overcoming growing pains. The experiment almost failed at the start. Congress had created the park, but they forgot to provide any funding or legal authority to protect it. Poachers slaughtered thousands of elk and bison, vandals chipped off pieces of fragile geyser cones for souvenirs, and squatters built illegal cabins.
Tumawid.
Coyote, isn't it?
Coyote, oh, coyote.
Tumawid.
May kain-kain na eh.
Baka may kasama.
We'll discuss the timeline, which shows how the park transformed from a lawless territory into a structured sanctuary.
Ba?
Dapat yun.
Nakakain yung sibo, may patagal slow.
Namatay na ba?
Lobat na.
Ba't hindi siya umaalis dito? Tanong ko.
In 1886, the U.S. Army takes command. Desperate to stop destruction, the federal government deployed the U.S. cavalry. The military brought strict laws and order. Constructed Fort Yellowstone at Mammoth Hot Springs and effectively saved the park's wildlife from extinction. Rise of architecture in 1904. Architect Robert Reamer completed the construction of the old Faithful Inn, built from local logs and stone. Its massive asymmetrical design birthed rustic architecture, influencing lodge designs across the country. The National Park Service was born in 1960. President Woodrow Wilson signed the Organic Act, creating the National Park Service, or NPS. In 1918, the Army handed control over the first civilian park rangers, who shifted the focus from military occupation to public education and preservation. The Great Fires of 1988. A historically severe drought triggered massive wildfires that swept through the park, burning nearly 800,000 acres. Though controversial at the time, the event reaffirmed that the fire is a natural, necessary force for regenerating the forest ecosystem. The return of the apex predator in 1995. In one of the most famous ecological experiments in history, gray wolves were reintroduced at Yellowstone after being completely eradicated by government bag hunting in the 1920s. Their return successfully restored balance to the park's fragile food web.
Ay, truck ka. Hindi papasok.
Underwater ba yan? Hindi ka sa'yo magdatampisaw.
Sige dati, ligo ka na.
Dito na lang tayo kay ang Faithful. Okay, kasi yung umaano talaga yun eh.
Dumudura talaga yun.
Gusto ko daw kay Unfaithful. Parang ano lang. Ako hindi.
Wala na.
Wala ka na.
This is the Fountain Paint Pot Trail. A bubbling mud pot where acidic geothermal water mixes with volcanic clay to create splattering mud. Bacteria mats, colorful layers of heat-loving microorganisms that grow around Yellowstone's hot springs and geysers. Fountain paint pots. A geothermal area containing mud pots, geysers, hot springs, and fumaroles.
Ooh! Sound like it's cooked.
That's how my stomach gets really
Sound familiar.
Leather pool.
Ito malamig-lamig to sweet.
A hot spring name for the smooth bacterial mats that gives its edges a leathery appearance.
the leather pool. What does that do? Probably when an animal falls in it, it turns their skin into
Red spouter. A feature that shifts between a steaming fumarole and a muddy spring depending on water levels. Jet geyser. A small geyser that erupts narrow jets of hot water and steam into the air.
Wait. Ito may isang side. Ah, shoot.
Nakakatangay na hangin yung init niya sa mukha natin.
Oh, ay, malamig. Nabasa ako eh. Nabasa ako malamig. Nabasa ka ba?
Oo. Celestine Pool, a deep blue hot spring known for its clear mineral-rich water and rising steam. Yellowstone Art and Photography Center, paintings ni Morgan, a visitor facility near the Old Faithful that features exhibits, workshops, and programs celebrating the art, photography, and natural beauty of Yellowstone National Park. Work includes Thomas Moran's paintings and a gift shop. Old Faithful Visitor Education Center. Unfortunately closed, but it provides exhibits, educational displays, and eruption predictions that help visitors learn about the geology and geothermal features of Yellowstone's famous Old Faithful area. Old Faithful Geyser. Yellowstone's most famous geyser, erupting powerful bursts of hot water and steam at regular intervals of about 60 to 110 minutes. Saan may wifi ka?
Wala! Alam mo naman.
Professor Orson sa visitor center.
O ano sa lambat, nangangalay na ako rito.
Touchscreen ba? Yeah.
na-let go na yung stick. Na-release na yung stick.
Nice to meet you guys. You have a good vacation.
Babalik ulit sa dating stage. Bubutit matagal eh.
Venture ka ba, Dad?
Ha? Nalayak.
Nakahintay. Nakita niyo ba si Old Faithful?
Wala.
What do you think, kid?
Ayan, nakuha ko na lahat. Before and
Ano
after.
tingin mo, Taji? Ayan. Parang hindi
Anong comment
ganong
mo?
mataas. Hindi nga. Mukhang naghihingalo na si Old Faithful.
I just so happened to slip.
Old Faithful Inn. A historic lodge built in 1904 near the Old Faithful Geyser. It's famous for its rustic log and stone architecture, towering lobby fireplace, and massive timber construction, making it one of the most iconic national park lodges in the United States.
One more coffee.
Ito kanina.
Kay Oliver. Kasi
They also have this ice creams for $3.85.
si ano si hindi si Abby, si Oliver hindi ko lumalabas.
si Oliver di pa lumalabas.
Berry,
Ewan ko ba kanina pa yun eh. Bigyan ko na ng pera. Teka nga titingnan ko sa
mango,
Oo.
and coffee. Ano? Ang tagal sa loob eh.
Today, Yellowstone stands as a triumph of global conservation. It has transitioned from a heavily manicured tourist attraction where visitors once gathered around open pit garbage dumps to watch grizzly bears eat trash. Now, it's a wild ecosystem dedicated to natural processes. It remains a living monument to a revolutionary idea that some places on Earth are profoundly beautiful and unique, that they belong to everyone and to no one all at once. Hey guys, so I hope you enjoyed our walkthrough and the history behind the Yellowstone National Park. Until next time, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. Bye! If you like our videos, please click thumbs up for like.
Hit the bell to subscribe.
Please comment.
And don't forget to share!